Unfolding Grace, Mexican Art Triumphs in New York. Fair Queer Arte's work receives the Award of Excellence at the 39th Chelsea International Fine Art Competition by El Informador, Fausto Salcedo. Jalisco, a culturally rich state in western Mexico, is a breeding ground for talent that's making waves around the world. One such talent is Fair Quirarte, one of Mexico's most compelling multidisciplinary artists whose work was recently honored in New York. His piece, Unfolding Grace, received the Award of Excellence at the 39th Chelsea International Fine Art Competition, one of the most prestigious contemporary art contests in the United States. Quirarte was one of only 6 artists selected from hundreds of submissions sent in from around the globe. Unfolding Grace, the awarded work, belongs to the series Floating Strength, in which Quirarte explores, questions, and reimagines the image of contemporary masculinity, not as something rigid or definitive, but as something fluid, ever-evolving, unfolding into new possibilities like water itself. In an interview with El Informador, the artist reflects on his work, his philosophy, and what this recognition means to him. Questioning masculinity, reclaiming the right to be fragile. In Unfolding Grace, Quirarte uses water as a symbol of freedom, something that transforms, that allows change. The series is structured in 3 stages, where the artist portrays Afro-descendant male bodies who, throughout history, have been forced to embody strength and invulnerability. In Floating Strength, they are shown as fragile, weightless, feeling human, resisting through vulnerability.
What this series really tries to do is reimagine or question what it means to be a man today.
The artist explains.
That's the question I'm exploring, what I'm trying to lay out and reflect through this body of work. I divided the series into 3 stages. The first is called immersion, where the body surrenders. It's a state of letting go, where there's no fight, no resistance. It's about relinquishing control and the burden of having to hold everything up. Then comes suspension, where the body is in a state of pause. It neither rises nor sinks, it simply floats. There's no clear movement, just presence. And finally, the third stage is emergence, where the body reappears transformed. It's not about returning to where you started, but about rising again as someone else, more free, after questioning everything. The specific piece, Unfolding Grace, belongs to that symbolic stage of emergence. The face is lifted, the eyes are closed, but there's no tension. The figure isn't screaming. There's a breath, a presence, not a demand.
He adds, "What does it mean to be a man today?" Quirarte was deeply moved when he learned that Unfolding Grace had been selected as one of the 6 Award of Excellence winners in the 39th edition of the Chelsea International Fine Art Competition.
I submitted the piece, and it was selected for this recognition, which is hugely significant, because out of hundreds of entries from all over the world, only 6 were chosen.
His joy also comes from the conversations the work may open. The questioning of masculinity, of vulnerability, of our shared human fragility, so contrary to imposed social ideals, is central to his practice.
What I'm hoping to do is spark dialogue. That's the purpose of the series. It's not about arriving at an answer. This is a platform that allows me to look toward the future and explore new directions, thanks to the visibility and support this award brings.
Says the artist.
My work isn't tied to a political agenda or a rigid ideology. I believe the role of art is to question, not to provide fixed answers or specific conclusions, but to place ideas on the table and invite true dialogue. What matters most in my work isn't whether it's understood intellectually, but whether it can be felt. That emotional connection is fundamental. I propose a more human vision of masculinity. Masculinity isn't something closed or static. It's a process, a possibility. To view the masculine not as something controlling, flawless, or forceful, but as someone who allows themselves to be wrong, to reflect, to not have all the answers. That, to me, gives much greater dignity and depth to being a man today. And I believe that's a question worth asking, because everything around us is changing.
He concludes.